Yo, yo, get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
What's up, beautiful people? We're here live at Bridges Scoreboard in Griffith, Indiana, interviewing Chicago Bears legend Jerry Azumah. We're here for the much anticipated Bears vs. Lions game. Known for this explosive kick returns, he's a rock-solid defensive player, and with unmatched charisma, Azumah is sharing his incredible journey with us from college stardom to becoming one of Chicago's most beloved sports icons. This interview is packed with exclusive insights, untold stories, and Jerry's thoughts on the current state of the Bears. Boom, boom, boom. As they gear up to face their division rivals. The atmosphere at Bridges Scoreboard is electric, and there's no better place to get hyped for the big game. If you're a Bears fan or simply love football, this is a conversation you won't want to miss. So where you at? Get up here right now. It is lit. Let's get into the backstory from college star to NFL. Question number one for my guy, Jerry. Jerry, your time at the University of New Hampshire was incredible. You set records, won the Walter Payton Award, and put a smaller football program on the map. Can you walk us through what drove you to achieve so much during your college career, brother?
Ooh, that is an incredible question right there.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so started my football journey at the University of New Hampshire. It really came down to two schools, University of New Hampshire and Northeastern in Boston. And one person that was influential in for me to join the UNH program as a running back was a guy by the name of Chip Kelly. So Chip Kelly was actually my running back coach, and me and him hit it off, and he told me all the wonderful things that he wanted to do with me in terms of running the football and making the offense really effective for the University of New Hampshire. So I believed in him, he believed in me, and we had a nice little mesh right there, and that kind of took off my football career at the University of New Hampshire. And as you know, I did pretty well there. I was able to excel there. They believed in me.
Yeah.
So it was. I really enjoyed my time there at the University of New Hampshire, and it was a time for me to kind of grow as a person, and on top of that, just kind of showcase my football talents and ability. Now, I know I went to a small Division I AA school, and a lot of people were kind of like, well, "Why did you go there?" But I wasn't really blessed with a whole lot of opportunities in terms of like going to a big program. So I decided to go to University of New Hampshire because one, I believed in Chip Kelly and the coaching staff that was there and the players also. And I knew that I'd be getting the ball a lot. And then on top of that, I just wanted to be a big fish in a small pond. Even though it's at the time Division I AA, it's still a really good football program. There's a lot of really good football minds and players that come out of Division I AA. So I really enjoyed my time being there. I know it's a small school, but it got me to the university. It got me to Chicago, drafted to the Chicago Bears, and it's really grown my life in ways that I couldn't think imaginable. But I'm here now at Bridges, so I've come a long way, and it's been a fantastic journey.
Yes, it has, man. And let me just say, just saying University of New Hampshire, I feel smarter already, okay? The bar's got to be set pretty high as far as academics. So, yeah. Exactly. So, hey, who influenced you the most during your early years, and how did they help you prepare for your life in the NFL? I know you already said Chip Kelly, but is there any players, other positional coaches, or pastor, anybody, man, mom, dad, anybody,
Right. Well, I guess I got to start from the very beginning. My parents are from Ghana, West Africa, and they landed in Oklahoma in the 70s, and that's where I was born. So being in Oklahoma, the love of football was just kind of everywhere, and that kind of took off. And my father was from Ghana, West Africa. Didn't know much about football, so he rolled me a soccer ball. I picked it up. I started running around hitting people, and they said, "You know what? We gotta switch this up to a football and see what happens." So I started playing football at a very young age. I was like right around 6 or 7 years old when I started playing football. Everyone that was in my neighborhood played football as well, along with wrestling and baseball. But football was just kind of like the number one thing that I loved. And as soon as I started to play it, my father and my mother started to kind of figure out what was going on with football. And then they started to love football because I was excelling at it. And I've had some great, wonderful coaches along that journey as well to get to where I'm at now. But my father was just very instrumental in helping me out and guiding me in the right directions of where I needed to go. Like I said, he didn't really understand it early on, but after a while, he started to love it, and started to watch football on TV. The Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers were the two teams that we got to see a lot of, along with, the Cowboys. So my father didn't really know much about it, but he always knew people that loved the game and that were influential for the game, and he wanted to surround me around those people as well. So he got me all the help that I could possibly get and need, as long as I excelled and if I wanted to, continue on the football journey. So my father was very instrumental with helping me get all the necessary things to move, myself forward in the game of football. But then I met, several coaches along the way that were very instrumental, and also several players too. So my love kind of grew and grew and grew, and I just finally got to meet a lot of football minds and a lot of football heads and be around a lot of football talent as well. And it got me to the University of New Hampshire and then to the Chicago Bears.
Oh my goodness, man, that is a lot. That is a lot of people to be thankful for, and I can tell that you're very thankful, man. Let's talk about your time in Chicago. Yeah. You were one of the league's most electrifying return specialists, making the Pro Bowl in 2003. But what was actually your most favorite moment from that season?
Ooh, I mean, making the Pro Bowl was actually very special. Let me take a step back. So I've always been on special teams in the form of returns.
Yeah.
Never going down to hit people or anything like that. That was just not my thing. And then, when I got to the league, I got converted from running back to defensive back. But the way I was really going to make the team was through special teams. But not returning the ball was the big thing because when I first had that conversation with them when I was about to get drafted, we had a long conversation about what exactly they wanted to do with me. And they said, you know what, we don't want the ball in your hands, the football in your hands. We want you to go down there and hit people because we want you to be a defensive back. So it was a very strong period of adjustments that I had to make. And just mentally, I had to get focused as well to, I'm not doing something that I've normally done for all of my life, and I'm doing it now at the highest possible level.
Yeah, absolutely.
So going down there and hitting people turned fun very quickly. I liked it. I liked it as much as returning kicks. It was fantastic. Making the team, I know that I had to make the team through special teams. And early in my career, I was on kickoff, I was on punt, I was on punt return, kickoff return. I was on all the special teams, and I was just kind of going out there and just giving it my all. And I knew that I had to excel at that point just to make the team because I wasn't really prepared and ready to be a defensive back yet, which they drafted me to do. So that was fun. It was thrilling. And then in 2003, I finally got the opportunity after begging the coach to let me return a kick.
Yeah, right.
Let me return the kick. We were having a lot of trouble at that time. And then finally, after the 5th game, they were like, you know what? You can go back there and return some kicks. And I'll never forget this. It was at Soldier Field. It was against the Raiders. And I was like, oh my God, like finally I get to return some kicks. This feels natural to me. And that was the year I went to Pro Bowl. But just that whole ride was just incredible because I was finally doing something that I was accustomed to doing and something that I felt very comfortable doing. And they finally gave me the opportunity to actually do that. And then I went to the Pro Bowl doing that.
Yeah.
So that whole season was just magical from a return standpoint and from a a defensive back standpoint as well. So,
Oh, yeah.
I was growing as a defensive back, but, returning kick was just something that I love to do. And being able to do that and then going to the Pro Bowl was just something very special.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got over 100 in the chat.
Oh.
So, hey, listen, here's the deal. I was really excited because this is the Detroit Lions game against the Bears.
Yeah.
And that was one of my most memorable moments about you was returning that kick against the Detroit Lions.
I got one. That's
You
right.
crossed the goal line. I'm like, Jerry, put some respect on that name, you know?
We were knocking on the door for some time, and then it was right after the half.
Yeah.
We came out to kick the ball off. Rabbi Abdul, he was the down man, and I was like, you know what, just try to get enough space when I catch the ball because I'm going to be gone. And the thing is that we weren't really that great that year, so I was not trying to go out of bounds. I was tiptoeing out, by the sideline, but the last thing I was going to do was go out of bounds.
Yeah.
I was going to cut it up, and then I knew that everybody was going to block their asses off. That's just what it was. And if you look at that thing in totality, everybody was giving their 100% effort, and we finally were able to punch it into the end zone. It was incredible time, man. We were riding high that game, and I'm glad that you brought that up too, Dan, because I hopefully the Bears can recreate some of that magic that we had that game. I had to pick that game.
Yeah, let's get a Zoom moment today.
I had to pick that game. I had over five or six tackles.
Yeah, man.
I was just on one. So we need the Chicago Bears to be on one for this game right here. I mean, they need to play spoiler to the Lions. And the Lions are a great team. And right now they're a little beat up. They're banged up. But, the last time that the Bears played the Lions, they had them and they let them off the hook. But this time, on the lakefront, I think that they can do something special and get the job done. I don't know if they're going to come away with a win, because the Bears, for some odd reason, love to start slow. But hopefully they start fast this time and not start after halftime. But if they start fast, then this game will get real interesting really, really quick.
I know a lot of those fans out there, especially TikTok and Instagram, probably don't know what I'm about to say, but they start off with a square dance, and they start breakdancing,
It's filling each other up.
Yeah. So, man, I hope they have a Zoom moment today and somebody returns a kick, and some interceptions. That'd be good. But, here's the deal, man. The Bears defense has always let me back up really quick. I just want to say I'm fascinated with your name because it's almost like something was given to you from a higher level, from a higher power, because Azumah and your nickname is Zoom. So you have to be fast.
I have to.
Yeah, your nickname wasn't Slug and your nickname was Sluggo,
It's really amazing that that's happened too, because
it's crazy,
everywhere
bro.
that I've gone, everyone's just called me Zoom.
Yeah.
Azumah just broken down to Zoom.
Yeah.
And my mom, she just flew into town last night, and the first thing she says is "Hi, Zoom." You didn't even name me that. But
you didn't even name me that. You got the same last name, Mom. I call you Zoom too. What are we doing here? But yeah, getting back to the Bears defense, it's always been a cornerstone of this team's identity, right? Especially when you were there.
Yeah.
During your time, you played with some incredible talent.
Yeah.
Who was the most impactful teammate or coach that you worked with, bro? I know there's a lot to choose from.
That is a lot. I mean, I played with some incredible, talented coaches and players. Now, starting with the coaches, Vance Bedford, he went to the University of Texas, played there as a young buck, and then went over to Michigan, and he was a defensive back coach out there. He coached Woodson when he won the Heisman.
Oh, baby.
So
Charles in charge.
He knows the game of football. I still talk to him today. I actually texted with him yesterday.
Wow.
And he was very instrumental in getting me to where I needed to get to. And I had to get there quick because I never backpedaled a day in my life.
Yeah.
I just ran forward. Running forward and running backwards are two totally different things.
Yeah.
And Vance, I have a lot of respect for him. I didn't really like him that much because he was on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was on me, but I understood why he was on me. He had to be on me because he had to prepare me and get me ready to go out there and be the best defensive back that I could possibly be.
Wow.
So Vance Bedford was very instrumental in my football career. And Fred Blosh, he was our defensive coordinator. Then it transferred over to Chico and Ron Rivera. And Ron Rivera was a fantastic person.
Right.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we got a lot of it was just kind of like a family. And also, Ron was a former player, so he understood like what we went through and what football players go through. So he was very instrumental. And then the guys, obviously, Tommy Harris.
Oh my God.
Adewale Ngulia, Israel Adonijah, Lance Briggs, Hunter Hildemeyer,
Oh my gosh.
Peanut Tillman, Nathan Vasher, Mike Brown,
Jeez.
Mike Green, Chris Howard. Like, we played with some incredible, talented players, and Alex Brown. We were an incredible defense. So being in that incredible defense, you wanted to just go all out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the Bears football is all about. It's all about defense. It's all about just, black and blue. It's all about smashing out. So, playing with those guys were incredible. I didn't really know what I was doing. But all I knew was that I had some incredible guys that were around, and I was doing it with them, and I want to be the next person to make big time plays. So playing in that defense was awesome. There's just so many people that were just so instrumental in getting me to where I needed to get to. Obviously, the coaches, but the guys, that's just where it was. And I played on some incredible defenses, some top 5, top 3, top 1 defenses.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I can go on and on and on about that stuff.
Yeah, and we would love to. We're gonna have to do a part 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just keep it going, man. I don't even know what's past trilogy, but I'm sure I can ask the guy from New Hampshire. He'd know. If you could relive one game, mine would be the Packers game in 2004, beating Green Bay at Lambeau is always special. Yeah. But what would it be for you and why?
Well, it'd probably be the game that we lost in the playoffs.
Oh,
so the last game at the old Soldier Field.
Get it back.
If we can get that back, that team was just phenomenal. We had the makings to go all the way. Jim Miller was the first.
Yes, Jim Miller. I got Jim Miller. All gas, no brakes, baby.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he got hurt that game.
Yeah.
And that just kind of derailed us. And then, Donovan McNabb was really good, and they had some really good players over there. We were kind of, we weren't on point and where we needed to be, and that was just one of those games that just kind of slipped by. And I really felt that if we would have won that game, we would have had a great momentum to get into the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. Shout out to the chat, over 150 in the chat. Shout out to Bridges Scoreboard. Oh my gosh, we're packing it in here, man. Packing it in like sardines. So let's get into the insights of the 2024 Chicago Bears, man. Let's cook with what's going on right now, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for the into the time machine where we got to just get into like some of the great times. Now we're going to get into the not so great times, but we're always having a great time at Bridges Scoreboard.
That's right.
All right, so the Bears are in a rebuilding phase, but have shown flashes of potential. You see it all out there on the offense and defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
What's your evaluation of Caleb Williams and his growth as a quarterback this season?
First of all, I think that we got the right guy at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Look, trust me, I've seen a lot of quarterbacks come through the Chicago.
Yeah, you have.
A lot.
Yeah, over 20.
A lot.
Yeah.
So when I see Caleb has the potential of being, a superstar. The way that he, his decision making, his process, the way that he goes out there and he tackles, the defense and how he prepares himself as a pro. Like, I think that he has all the intangibles to be extremely great. But unfortunately, there's situations where it's all about the coaching staff. It's not necessarily the players, it's all about the coaches. And I've said this from the very beginning. It's always going to be about how the coaches bring all these teams together and how they put them in the right place to make plays. And if a coach can't do that, then we have situations and we have issues. And we've been having a lot of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's been a whirlwind with the coaches and revolving door and all sorts of stuff. And, the head coach, and now we just lost the head coach, we have a head coach. We just lost, another offensive coordinator. So now he's basically on his third offensive coordinator. So we need to give him a chance to be successful. We need some stability in the organization, which is very, very needed. So From what I've heard, Kevin Warren is going to be the guy that's going to be working with polls and going to try to find, the right people to put in place to move this thing forward. But I really do think that we have the pieces to make things work. We just have to find the right coaching staff to put it all together.
Bro, so good. Great insight right here, man. You guys check him out. He's got his own show. Tell him what your show is called, bro.
It's called To The Points. So basically I just analyze matchups, primetime matchups, and spin it off with a little bit of sports bets that I like. So I'll just give you a quick little 2 minutes on the matchup. And
2-minute huddle.
Give a couple of bets that I like, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. To the points.
To the point, in, out, drop the mic, boom. So the Bears are gearing up to face the Detroit Lions, who are having an incredible season. What's your prediction for today's game, and what do you think the Bears need to do to secure the upset, brother?
Well, you know what? Like, the Bears aren't paying for anything. You know what I'm saying? But they are NFL players, and NFL players have a lot of pride.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to fold. They're not going to quit. The number one thing that I want to see them do is come out with some intensity, come out with some fire, and come out fast.
Yep.
It feels like the last couple of games they've come out real slow, and they've waited till halftime to get going.
You brought that up earlier, right?
We don't need to see that anymore. We need to see you get going immediately.
Yeah.
If they get going immediately, then things will, certain good things will happen. And, when I'm looking at this offense and I'm looking at this team in general, they have the makings to do something special.
Oh my God.
We have talent.
Yeah.
We have to figure out the offensive line and figure out what we're going to do there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a big question mark. Caleb Williams is getting hit entirely way too damn much for my liking. But at the same time, he needs to help himself too by getting rid of the football.
Right.
So they need to implement Swift and Cole Kmet. I love Cole Kmet over the middle of the football field, big target. Caleb hit him right there.
Yep.
So there's certain things that need to happen. But with this game, the Lions are a really good football team. They're hurting,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? They're hurting. They have a lot of injuries, and they're outside that dome, so anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? So if the Bears come out and they punch them in the mouth early, they're going to give the Lions a lot of problems.
Absolutely, yeah. You got to come out fast because that's not what they're not ready for us to come out fast. You know what I mean?
No.
They're ready for us to be on the ropes. And in the third quarter, kind of lift our last eyelid up that's not fully swollen shut and say, hit him with all you got, kid. Come on, rock, because Mickey love you, something like that.
I really feel like they will be playing very tough. You know what I'm saying? There's only a couple games left, and it's the Lions, so why not knock the Lions off? If they can put some things together and keep this game close, in the fourth quarter, it's going to get very interesting, but they have to keep it close. And the way to keep it close is to grind this thing out with sweat. You know what I'm saying? Hit Cole Kmet on some quick passes. Defense has to step up and make critical stops on third down. Right. Take the ball away. You know what I'm saying? And then don't worry so much about what they're doing. Worry about what you're doing and what you can control. And I think things will be okay.
Control the controllable. I mean, it's pretty simple. Maybe Jerry deserves a spot at Hallis Hall for being a coach, man. Let's go. Well, not just yet. We got to get through this interview. Let's get through this interview. But yeah, sign him up, man. So that'd be crazy if that happened. That would be pretty cool. Let's get him there faster than the word of God. So rivalries in the NFC North are very legendary, right?
Yes.
No other greater person to ask than you. How does the Bears-Lions rivalry compare now to when you played, and what makes these games so special?
I mean, they're in division. It's a game that's in the division, and anything that's in the division, we don't like it. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we don't like Green Bay. We don't like Minnesota. We damn sure don't like the Lions. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the rivalry it's nice. I love it. I love the intensity. It's going to feel like a playoff type of atmosphere. The crowd is into it, extra into it. This thing is just awesome. I mean, the fact that it's a divisional opponent and they're a good divisional opponent, and the Bears are just struggling, they have an opportunity to knock this team off. And the Lions know that. The Lions know they have to be on their P's and Q's, because if they're not, they're going to get punched in the face. Just like on Turkey Day. You know what I'm saying? On Turkey Day, the Bears came up short, but they did not quit. They got them all together, and they were able to give them a run for their money. So if the Bears can execute their defensive and offensive game plans and basically get those hitting yards on special teams. This is going to get very interesting.
Let's go.
Very interesting.
Yes, let's have that.
Yeah.
So, hey, we got a 2-minute huddle with 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
You've transitioned successfully into life after football.
Yes.
What advice would you give current players about preparing for their post NFL careers, man?
Well, they have to focus on what's in front of them right now. So they have to be focused on football, but they have to be mindful that football is going to end. It ends for everybody. Like when football ended for me, I thought that I was going to go on a tour and everything was going to stop. No, the NFL just steps over you and just keeps on going.
But it's hard to think that way when you're young and invincible.
It is.
You can run through a brick wall.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Nobody can stop Jerry.
Absolutely. I totally understand that, but you have to be mindful, especially like in the off season and late. There is life after football. You have to start to figure some things out. Whether it's simple things like having a kid, you know what I'm saying, and raising a family and being there for your wife, you know what I'm saying? Or if there's something that you're really passionate about, which for me was foundation and being going out there and helping charities and organizations and things like that.
Oh man, you're so good with that.
Yeah, so all those things are things that you have to kind of be mindful of and be able to figure out, especially in the off season when you have some downtime. But when you're in the season, you have to be focused on what you have to do in the season. Your mind can't be distracted from different things. You have to be in it. But the off season is really going to focus on some of your passion, things that you want to do moving forward.
Absolutely, man. Hey, man. So the countdown to the Bears-Lions game is on.
Yeah.
And hearing Jerry Azumah's reflection stories and insights has us more excited than ever. From his college days to his Pro Bowl glory and beyond, Azumah's journey is nothing short of inspirational. We're honored to sit down with him here at Bridges Scoreboard, where the energy is electrifying and the passion for Chicago Bears football runs deep. As we look forward ahead to the big game, one thing is clear. Jerry's love for the big game and for the Bears remains as strong as ever. We have a call to action. Be sure to visit Bridges Scoreboard for more events like this one. And also, follow us on social media for exclusive interviews, updates, and game day coverage. The Bears are taking on the Lions, and don't miss it. Thank you guys for everything. And everybody, can I please have your attention? Can I please have your attention, please? Thank you very much. Hey, everyone. I had to write this down because this is a very important moment. I'm hoping Scott is somewhere close because I really want him to be a part of this. But first off, I want to thank you all for being here today, just like you always are, bringing that energy, that love, and that unstoppable passion for the Bears. This might be my last Bears podcast here at Bridges, and I wanted to take a moment to share what this place means to me and what you all mean to me. When I first started recording here, I couldn't have started imagining the community that we built together. You guys are not just customers, you guys are friends, you guys are family, you guys are a community. I mean, we've built something really great together. Bridges isn't just a venue, it's a family. And it's because of this incredible staff, the customers, the two people who made it all possible, Scott and Jeff Bridges. Scott and Jeff, you gave me my very first once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do a live podcast here. You believed in me before I even knew what this could become. You opened your doors, gave me a platform, and treated me like family from day one. I think of you both as brothers, and I love you guys more than words can say. I owe you forever and what you've done for me and for my family and for making this dream possible. To the amazing staff, you've been the heart and soul of this podcast. You set the stage, kept the energy alive, and always made me feel like part of the team. Your hard work and kindness have been the backbone in everything we've built here. To all of you, the customers and fans who've cheered me on, debated with me, laughed at my bad jokes, and sometimes yelled at me like I was the one calling the plays for the Bears. Thank you. You've turned this podcast into more than I've ever dreamed it could be. Your love for the Bears and your support for this little idea of mine have fueled me every step of the way. Now this chapter at Bridges isn't closing because anything bad at all. It's closing because of growth. I have another once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to audition for the Bear Down podcast at a casino called Wind Creek Casino.
Nice.
And it's only possible because of the foundation we built here together. Bridges gave me my first shot. And now it's giving me the confidence to chase the next one. But no matter where I go, I'm taking everything I've learned here with me. This place and all of you, every single one of you, will always be a part of my story. And whether this is my last podcast here or just a brief goodbye, Bridges will always feel like home. So let's make today one a day to remember. Let's cheer loud, let's laugh hard, and show the world what this community is all about. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this journey. And always, bear down, Bridges. Love you guys.
Yeah.